Hey there, I'm Jamie Davidson with AMZ Insiders. A little bit about us. Myself and my two fellow co-founders, Jason and Brad, combined to sell over $75 million last year on Amazon. This year, we're on pace to do well over $100 million. And today, I'd like to talk to you about a really important question, which is, do you need to get your brand trademarked in order to sell on Amazon? And the first answer, the answer right up front is no, you do not have to have your brand trademarked in order to sell on Amazon. But, and it's a big but, in order to be successful long-term on Amazon, we strongly believe that you do need to have your brand trademarked, and there's a lot of reasons for that. First and foremost is Amazon more and more has shifted the business that way. They're rewarding people that have their trademark versus those that did not. In the past, they didn't. And what happened was because there's a lot of counterfeit items by sellers, people bringing products to the platform which were not legit or violated other brands, this created a lot of issues for Amazon sellers, and for the consumers. If you think about some of the largest brands, some of the largest design brands, if you think of, for example, the purse industry, there's major brands there, right? People sell knockoffs of those purses. Well, what happens is they sell them on the Amazon platform. Well, those companies, those large brands, right, are going to come back to Amazon and say, hey, you're selling, you're allowing millions and millions of dollars of knockoffs of our brand. You're ripping us off. You're damaging our brand. We're missing sales because you're allowing this. And they're trying to hold Amazon accountable for this, right? Because they have the most money. They're the platform. And so Amazon, in order to combat this, need to, tighten up their restrictions on selling on the platform. And one of the biggest ways to do that is to get people into to actually have their brand trademarked. And they recognize not everyone does this because there's so many sellers on the platform and many don't go through the step. But if you're really serious about building your Amazon business, and especially private label, then you're going to need to trademark your brand, right? So the way you do that is, in the US, you got to first do some research to make sure that your brand is trademarkable. So before you even pick your brand name, this is a step before. You got to make sure that your name you can actually get a trademark for. You got to do some research on it. There's the USPTO.gov website you can go to and search all the trademarks in the US, the ones that are, they'll say, live or dead, when it's been, the last date when it's submitted, whether it's active or not, or it may not exist at all. So, from anyone who submitted or applied for that name or a related name. But usually you need some help. There's services like LegalZoom, or you can Google search a trademark attorney to help you with this process. It's not super expensive just in terms of the attorney side, but it does cost on average probably around $700, depending on how you do it. You can do it for a little bit less if you do it all by yourself. If you spend a little bit of money with an attorney, it's probably going to cost you between $700, maybe $800. But it's, I would say it's really worth it. You want to make sure you get it done right because the impact is really powerful. Once you get that trademarked, it really, really helps you. The other thing about trademarks, it takes a while. The process in the US it's going to take you about 8 months probably before that trademark's going to be approved, if it is approved, right? And you don't get your money back if it's not approved, right? So the process goes through. There's a waiting period where other people have a chance to object or make any statements around your petition, basically for trademark protection, and that all takes some time. But once it's approved, then you're good to go. You're set. And it's a really big deal. You can submit it to Amazon, and you can get into the Amazon brand registry. The Amazon brand registry is a process that you need to apply for, but once approved, it gives you additional protection for your brand. So it makes it more difficult for other people to make changes to your listing. And Amazon actually rewards you for that. They give you additional functionality that sellers that are not in the brand registry do not have. So I describe it like a video game. When you get into the brand registry, all of a sudden Amazon on your account unlocks new functionality that you don't have if you're not in there. One of those things is called enhanced brand content. So if you show up on the screen here, under your marketing functionality here, you're going to have new tabs with other people that have new things on your listing here. One of them you're going to see is the enhanced brand content. All right, the enhanced brand content allows you, if you've ever looked at a listing when you're as a shopper or consumer on Amazon, and you look at the bottom of a listing, sometimes you'll see like these really big photos that look really cool, really nice. And you'll see other listings, most listings do not have these added photos. That's the enhanced brand content. You have the ability to add different, not only photos, but copy to the bottom of your listing that other people don't have. So you also have the ability to run different type of ads. The most common ad that you'll typically see is a sponsored product ad. That's the pay-per-click, the traditional Amazon advertising platform that everyone has access to. There's also another type of ad called a headline search ad, and that is only available for people that are in the Amazon brand registry. To get into the Amazon brand registry, you got to have a trademark, right? So it all goes back to that initial question. So again, is it required? You absolutely have to have it? No, but if you want to be successful on Amazon long term, you absolutely should get your brand trademarked. And right now there's certain functionality, but over time Amazon's going to continue to roll out much more functionality for those that have trademark protection versus those that do not. So I hope you found this discussion helpful, all about the benefits and the value of getting your trademark approved to sell on Amazon. And if so, I really encourage you to click the link below. Check out our free workshop all about how to build your very own e-commerce empire. We give all sorts of insights and hacks, basically how we've built our own $75 million Amazon business, but more importantly, how you can get started today, or if you're already selling on Amazon, techniques you can use to really enhance and really grow your business much quicker. So again, click the link below and we'll see you over there. So if you liked the video, be sure to give us a thumbs up below. And also, I really encourage you to subscribe to our channel here. If you do so, you'll be kept up to date on all of our content, all about Amazon, how to grow your own e-commerce business. And also, we'd love to hear from you. Have you trademarked your brand? Do you have questions about it? If so, go ahead and comment below with any questions you have.